A man named Michael and his girlfriend, Catherine, walk into a white empty room. Michael pushes a red button that triggers an voice to welcome them to the Immaculate room where they have to stay for 50 days to win $5 million. Any contestant that quits will reduce the prize to $1 million for the remaining contestants. The Immaculate room is a plain white room with a bed, bathroom that only one contestant is allowed at a time, food dispenser with only colorless and pastels food, and robotic overhead announcer, but nothing besides basic necessities. Kate suggests that they split the money in half when they win. She asks Mike what he will like to do with his own half. He states a lot of fun things to do while Kate simply wants to invest. During the night, Mike makes his move on Kate, but she resists, at first thinking the anchor of the game, Professor Voyan, might be watching, so she suggests they do it under the covers. The following day, the AI wakes them up by 7 a.m. Kate says some words of affirmation to herself in the bathroom before bathing. She discovers a laundry chute where they can drop their dirty clothes. As soon as she is done, she informs Mike about the laundry chute. Mike takes his bath while she orders food, and it turns out to be the same colorless liquid. They are supplied with plain clothes to wear. Kate asks Mike why Professor Voyan organized a game like this. Mike explains a documentary he saw about Professor Voyan's previous experiment about an average blue-collar family that ended in tragedy. Mike starts to get bored as he stares at the countdown clock while Kate meditates. After Kate meditates, Mike starts telling Kate how he thinks the countdown clock is slower than normal. Kate encourages him to keep his eyes on the prize before they sleep. The next day, they repeat the same routine. With time, they continue their lives in the Immaculate room. They play clap games with each other, play hide and seek, and do things to keep them distracted. Days pass by and Mike's will begins to break. One day, he finds a bug in the Immaculate room and begins to talk to it. He introduces the bug as Cluey to Kate. He quickly runs to take some of his breakfast to feed the bug. While trying to feed the bug, the AI voice warns Mike that the food is meant for the contestant consumption only. After a while, he tells the AI that he will set the bug free outside and he won't be leaving. Kate tells him that the AI is sensor automated. Mike approaches the red button, which is supposed to be pushed only when a contestant wants to quit. They both begin to argue about Mike being a vegan. In the process, Kate steps on the bug. After a while, Mike informs Kate that he would like to take a treat, a random thing at the cost of $100,000 of your prize money, as he read it in the rules that each contestant is entitled to two. He orders for the treat and a green crayon is delivered to him. He uses the crayon to draw on the walls of the room. After a while, Kate asks him to draw her. They have another argument because Kate insists on Mike drawing a realistic. After a while, Mike finally exhausts the green crayon. He uses a towel to clean his hands and messes up the whole restroom with the crayon. Kate cleans it up and eventually apologizes to Mike for being an idiot. Oopsie. After a while, Kate discovers a gun in the restroom. She calls Mike's attention to it. She suggests they throw it in the laundry chute, but the AI voice warns them that the laundry chute is meant for only cloth, so they decide to hide it under the bed. Towards evening, the AI announces that it is time for Connect. Mike explains to Kate that Connect are messages from their loved ones outside the Immaculate room. Mike receives his Connect first. His younger sister comes up on display as she expresses how much she misses Mike. She makes a remark about Mike trying to use this game to heal from Kate. Kate seems surprised at that statement. She also advises Mike to move on from Sean's accident, his younger brother, before she ended her message. An old man comes up on display for Kate's Connect and she begins to freak out, saying she doesn't want to listen to the Connect. The old man reveals that he is in a shelter home in St. Mary. Mike asks her who the man is, but she only pushes Mike away. She begins to cry and Mike cuddles her. After some days, Kate is still in bed, but she reveals that the man is her dad, and her reaction to his message was due to the fact that he neglected his duties to his family and she lied to Mike about it. Mike assures that it is okay. 18 days remain and Kate is still down emotionally. Mike advises her to take a treat as it will make her feel better, but Kate refuses. After a while, Kate gets back to her feet and Mike, on the other hand, starts feeling visibly tired of the whole routine. Kate advises him to take another treat, which is his last one. Mike reminds her that the next treat will cost $250,000, but Kate insists. Mike decides to take the treat while Kate goes to bathe, and as soon as he selects the treat option, a naked lady walks into the room. She introduces herself as Simone to Mike. Kate walks out of the bathroom and is surprised to meet a naked lady in the room. Simone introduces herself to Kate. There is an awkward aura in the atmosphere because Mike becomes nervous about Kate's reaction to this situation. Simone explains to Kate that she has no involvement with the anchors of the Immaculate room and she got the gig as an Actress through her agent. She further explains that they made her sign a few NDAs and booked her for a month. Kate tells Mike to give Simone his shirt. After that, Simone tells Mike and Kate how the Immaculate Room reminded her of a dancing hall she attended in Paris. She is also impressed by Simon's drawing. She sees a drawing of Kate and recognizes the style of the painting as African Cubist. Simone and Mike begin to talk before Kate calls Mike and expresses her lack of trust in Simone, but Mike doesn't see any problem with the situation. While talking, the lights go off, indicating evening time in the outside world. Mike signals Simone to come over and explains why the lights suddenly went off. Mike offers to sleep on the floor to avoid any drama, but Simone refuses and says she will stay awake. Kate suggests they all sleep together. Kate sleeps in the middle of Simone and Mike. The next morning, Kate wakes up and doesn't find Simone beside her. She concludes that she probably had left, so she proceeds to the bathroom where she surprisingly encounters Simone. Simone leaves and Kate takes her bath. Kate comes out of the restroom to meet Simone and Mike chatting happily. She tells Mike that she is going to take her treat. Mike explains the meaning of treat to Simone. Mike is shocked at the sudden change. Kate orders her treat and gets a drug called ecstasy. She takes a pill out of it and passes it to Simone. She tells Mike not to take it, but Simone convinces Mike to try one. Mike takes the drug. The effect begins to kick in for everyone and they start hallucinating. Mike hallucinates about him drowning alongside his little brother, Sean. Mike begins to shout and cry. He begins to go towards the red button to get out of the Immaculate Room, but Kate and Simone calm him down. Finally, when Mike sleeps, Simone and Kate talk about Mike. Kate explains to Simone that Sean is Mike's younger brother and he drowned while on Mike's watch. Simone asks Kate how she met Mike. Kate explains that it was on a rainy day in the park when she had no umbrella, and Mike sweetly approached her asking her if he could catch the rains on her behalf to prevent the rain from touching her. She flustered and Mike began to catch the raindrops that laid a foundation for their love. Later that night, when Mike finally wakes up, he and Simone talk about their grievances while Kate sleeps. They hold hands as they comfort each other. At that moment, Kate wakes up and meets them holding hands. She accuses Simone of trying to snatch Mike from her. Mike tries to explain to her that they were just talking. Kate continues to accuse Simone and refers to her as a stripper. When the argument grows, Mike yells at them to stop and leaves. Kate apologizes to Simone. The next morning, Kate discovers that Kate had left the room and she heaves a sigh of relief. She notices a message on the wall from Kate about how she enjoyed how Mike slept with her last night. They start to argue. Mike tries to convince her that he is innocent, but she doesn't heed to his words. She pushes Mike to the edge of the wall and he starts to bleed from the back of his head. He looks at Kate with disbelief. He tells her that he needs a doctor, but Kate reminds him that the contract they signed states they will receive no external medical assistance. She uses a towel to stop the bleeding and gives him the liquid food to drink for sugar. Mike stares at her in disbelief as he realizes that Kate is willing to sacrifice him just to win the prize. He tells her that he will leave with or without her, so he approaches the button. Kate threatens Mike with the gun under the bed, but Mike already made up his mind. He leaves and the prize drops to $1 million for Kate. Kate is thrown into despair as Mike leaves. She weeps bitterly and becomes extremely lonely. 2 days to claim the prize and she approaches the red button. Mike is seen jogging along the streets when he encounters Kate in front of St. Mary's shelter for the homeless. Kate reveals that she came to visit her dad. This surprises Mike, as last time Kate freaked out at the sight of her dad. Mike asks her if she won the prize. A long silence follows Mike's question before Kate finally changes the subject and asks Mike about his sister and his painting career. While they walk to Kate's car, a poster is seen outside St. Mary's homeless shelter, which indicates that an anonymous donor made the establishment of the St. Mary's kitchen possible. A new couple arrives inside the Immaculate Room. Please like, comment and subscribe if you like to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.